Hello and welcome back to George's Gaming Guide. Today me and Dad are going to be doing the build and review on a set that has not been released yet. It will be released in 4 days. It is the Battle of Endor Heroes Brickheadz, set number 40623, and this set is made out of 549 pieces. And the Brickheadz included in this set are Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Lando Calrissian, Wicket, and Princess Leia, in that order. The numbers of them are 202, 203, 204, 205, and 206. These are of course based off of the 40 years, well, the film was made 40 years ago for Return of the Jedi, which is obviously what they're based off of. We actually got a picture of the 5 of them on the side. On the back it shows that they can be removed from their base plates, which is rather nice. Now me and Dad are going to do 2 each, and the first person to finish their 2 is going to do the 5th one, which shall be Wicket, hopefully. But yeah, so I think this is going to be really nice set. It's 10 plus, and as I said, this has not been released yet, so this is going to be a quite a special video, because I think this is one of the first sets we've actually got it before it's released. So but yeah, so overall I think this is going to look really nice when it's done. Have you got anything to say about the model?
No, I think you've said most of it, to be honest. I'd just like to say, this has actually come from the Star Wars celebration for Europe 2023, which is why we've got this a bit early. And just as a little add-on as well, we do actually have the special tile that comes for that event, so it's really good to be able to get those in the collection.
Yeah.
And it's great to be able to bring you something that's not actually available yet. So it's available in about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. So I think that we're doing this just so that you can actually see what the set is, and especially as it's not out yet, you can see if you would like to purchase it before having to look afterwards, just saving you a bit of time. But yeah, so overall I think this is going to be a really, really nice build. So without further ado, let's start the build. So we're back again, this is the finished model, and overall I do think that it looks absolutely amazing. So each of us are going to go over some of the models. Dad's going to go over 2, I'm going to go over 3, so I'm going to go over Luke, then Dad's going to go over Leia, and then we'll just work in and I'll finish with Wicket. So firstly, I'm going to go over Luke. So Luke himself had the biggest book overall, but there wasn't many pieces on a page. So it actually was a lot quicker than you doing Lando, which you did first, because Lando wasn't as big of a book, but it was a lot of little pieces. So if you just go over Luke's, he's got his green lightsaber, he's got his robot hand on one side and then his normal hand on the other. He's got like the dark beigey coloured hair. You do the back first and you work your way forwards. He's got the classic Brickheadz eyes. I see why they do it, but in a set like this, other than Wicket, I don't really like them. I just think they look a bit ridiculous. Then on the front you have the only piece of printing that's on this model, which is like a little flap at the side of his like robe, and then he's got his belt buckle that hangs over and below the belt. So that is a bit strange. I don't know why they've done that, but I suppose it's the only way to make it so he has a belt buckle and it is there, but it just looks a bit strange. There's no belt underneath the belt buckle. Doesn't really make sense to me. But yeah, overall this is a really nice character. I would really recommend him. So if you'd like to go over Leia.
Yeah, so as George was saying, that you do actually get an individual book for each of these models. So you can have several people build if you like. So yeah, so we'll get on to Princess Leia. I think this is fantastic, actually. I love the colour scheme they've done on this. I think they've captured the sort of the rebel jungle gear really, really well. She's carrying a little cookie. Not quite sure why. Because I know she does offer a wiki or something, but I don't think it was a cookie. Remember rightly?
It's probably the best Lego piece we have.
She has got one printed piece, which is the sort of the belt that she has on. Which got a little pouch on one side, and you just use a flat 1x2 on the other side where the gun holster was. So the camouflage I think actually works really well. Like the way they've done the hat as well. There's a lot of pieces in this, so this was probably out of the models in this set probably has the most pieces on it. But I just think it looks really good. Then the eyes do sort of work on this one. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Brickheadz eyes, but yeah, you get away with it. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fantastic little design.
So I'm now to go over R2. So R2, I believe, is the smallest in size overall, but I think Wicket has less pieces maybe, or actually R2 might have less. But yeah, this is a really nice model. This has got the most printing out of all of them. So he has his like front panel, and then he's got obviously he's got his like red eye, which you see and everything, and he's got the Brickheadz eye, of course. And then you've got 3 bits of printing that are identical that just go around this side. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of the chrome pieces on the top, as well as some of the dark blue, which is obviously Asu's colouring. And then on the back, it's pretty bland. It's just white for the body. The sides, you have got this like vent blue piece. But yeah, the sides and back are pretty bland, which they are in the films really, but it is a little more curved and do have control panels. So I would have liked to have seen that, but I suppose it would have upped the price of the set with just more printing on it. Now he is on a see-through piece at the bottom so that his legs will sit, which I think is quite nice. But overall I think this is a really nice model. Now the only thing that lets this one down for me is I don't know why they've added the Brickheadz eye. No,
it's got the black bit in the middle of his head, so I think it's more almost like a reflection on this one rather than an eye.
Maybe. Yeah, if you want to go over Lando.
Yep. So next we have Lando, and again, I really like this. There's a couple of bits of print on this. So he's got the strap which his satchel is on.
The hair looks pretty funny.
Yeah, there's. So that bag his satchel on is printed, not strapped, sorry. And then he's got his bag at the side, and he's got his moustache printed, which I think is quite funny, to be honest. In terms of the rest of it, I think the hair, because again, there was a lot of pieces going into this. They've made it a real good effort at showing the fact he's got sort of curlyish hair. And it works really well, to be honest. Bit of a big forehead, but yeah, I think that actually looks really nice. I do like the fact it's very clear that it's a cloak as well, the fact it starts behind his arms and it's a bit longer at the back. Really fun build, and I say it's nice to see something a little bit different as well. So yeah, really like that one. It's great fun.
So last but certainly not least, we have Wicket. Now I think that this is the only model which the like cute Brickheadz eyes actually works on. The Brickheadz itself is actually pretty cute. So he's got a printed bit on the front which is fur. He's got his spear on the side. Then he's pretty much just got his clothing, which is the Geonosis orange and then the tree brown. His ears are like a dark beige coloured, same colour as Luke's hair. Now they are 2 curved pieces, and I do think that they're really nice.
Oh, two wedges, aren't they? Not 2 curved.
Yeah, I think that they're really nice. They just work with the model really well, and I just think that it's really good design for the model. Now he does obviously have his hand on the other side, which all the models do except R2. Now I believe Luke and him are the only ones that are holding something other than playing with the cookie. Lando hasn't got anything, has he?
No.
No, it's a bit of a shame. I thought he might have had his gun
blaster or something. Yeah.
But yeah, overall I think that this is a really, really good set of Brickheadz. This is definitely the best set of Brickheadz that I own. And I think that they are just really, really nice. They work really perfectly. They're really good sizes. I'm glad that Luke is a little bit taller because he's a bit taller than Leia. and Lando, and I just think that this set really works, and I think it's one of the best sets Lego's released this year, definitely.
Yeah, and I agree with George there. I've been very impressed with the Lord of the Rings Brickheadz that we've done recently on the channel, and out of the Brickheadz we've had so far, I thought the Gandalf and the Balrog was probably the best. But I have to say, as a collection, this is a fantastic set. I think this is probably, in terms of what you get in the box, this is the best Brickhead set that I've ever seen. The fact it's a special set as well, being the 40 years of Return of the Jedi, just makes it that little bit more special as well. And yeah, he'll be out in about 4 or 5 days. And if you do get the chance, I would seriously consider ordering this. I think out of the sets that are coming out, this is for Star Wars this year. This is definitely right up there. So yeah, and it's a great one to share with the family as well. I think the fact it comes with 5 separate books.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a couple of kids, you could share out the building of this, and I think it works really well. So it's nice to have that sort of social element to building as well.
Definitely, yeah. But yeah, overall, I think this is an amazing set. I would really recommend it, and as Dad said, definitely consider buying this because this is the best Brickheadz I've ever bought, and I just think that this is an absolutely incredible set and one of the best LEGO has made so far in 2023. And yeah, so overall we would really recommend this set, and we hope you've enjoyed the video. And yeah, so thanks very much again, we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed today's build and review on the new LEGO Star Wars Battle of Endor Heroes, make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave comments about your thoughts about the set and the video.
And don't forget to watch out for Sunday's video, which will be George's build of the gift we purchase, House of the World 2.